Hello and welcome to Affinity. Here's a kind of fun painterly effect that I came across recently. So first of all, I'm going to just take this picture here, hit Ctrl J to duplicate it to get another layer, and then go to Filters, Detect, and Detect Edges. And what you tend to get with Detect Edges is it actually looks for edges, but sometimes they're really, really faint. It gets very interesting sort of swirls and all sorts. And a way to find this is I'm just going to temporarily put on the curves, and because there's a lot of information down here, I'm going to pull the right hand node all the way across, and the steeper the line, the greater the contrast. So if I go over here, look at all that information that's up there in the sky. It looked just black, but there it is. So we'll delete that. And the question, what can we do with this? Well, first of all, I can hit Control I to invert it, so it's kind of going to more like it looks like the right picture. We just need to get rid of the whites somehow. And so one thing you can do is put a blend mode on here, so you get interesting ones, etc. But at the moment, first of all, we're going to look at putting something else in there. So I'm just going to go to HSL, and if I turn this up here, look, here we are. This is, if you turn the saturation up and the luminosity down, you start to get interesting effects there. It's pulling out that difference. And that in itself is interesting, but maybe we can play with blend modes here. I'll just run down these to see what we find interesting. I actually quite like hard light there. There's others further down. You get pin light, and it's not so good there. Luminosity is sometimes interesting. That's okay, isn't it? But let's just stick with the hard light. What I can do as well is if I take the HSL and I put that at the top, so it's affecting everything, not just the Detect Edges layer, so it affects the whole thing. This becomes a bit more fun now. I can turn the light up a bit on that, and I can play with the saturation to get the strength of that. And I can tweak the colours a bit if I want to, just as long as I keep sort of sensible things like the sky bluish, if I want, that is. But maybe I'll just keep this here as it is. But there you go. Very, very simple effect. I discovered it just by playing, and that's the great thing you can do with Affinity. You can't break anything. What happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? Oh, that's nice. Anyway, there you go. And thank you very much for watching.